All right, so today I have a twist on an old classic. You might know the story of the three little pigs and the big bad wolf. But this one is the three little wolves and the big bad pig by Eugene Trivizas. Once upon a time, there were three cuddly little wolves with soft fur and fluffy tails who lived with their mother. The first was black, the second was gray, and the third was white. One day, the mother called the three little wolves around her and said, "My children, it is time for you to go out into the world. Go and build a house for yourselves, but beware the big bad pig." "Don't worry, Mother, we will watch out for him," said the three little wolves, and they set off. Soon, they met a kangaroo who was pushing a wheelbarrow full of red and yellow bricks. "Please, will you give us some of your bricks?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the kangaroo, and she gave them lots of red and yellow bricks. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of bricks. Now, if you remember in the Three Little Pigs, the house of bricks was the last one that was built. They tried straw and sticks first, and then the house of bricks was the one that stuck. We're starting with bricks in this one. The very next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of bricks that the little wolves had built. The three little wolves were playing croquet in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside the house and locked the door. The pig knocked on the door and grunted, little wolves, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed, and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. Make a prediction. What do you think he's going to do next if the house isn't falling down? But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his sledgehammer, and he knocked the house down. The three little wolves only just managed to escape before the bricks crumbled, and they were very frightened indeed. I like this detail. Do you see they've got the little teapot in hand? "We shall have to build a stronger house," they said. Just then they saw a beaver who was mixing concrete in a concrete mixer. "Please, will you give us some of your concrete?" asked the three little wolves. "Certainly," said the beaver, and he gave them buckets and buckets full of messy, slurry concrete. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of concrete. No sooner had they finished than the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw a house of concrete that the little wolves had built. Looks much more sturdy, doesn't it? I don't think that he's going to be able to knock this one down. They were playing battledore and shuttlecock in the garden, and when they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside their house and shut the door. The pig rang the bell and said, "Little frightened wolves, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in, not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He went and fetched his pneumatic drill and smashed the house down. The three little wolves managed to escape, but their chinny chin chins were trembling and trembling and trembling. Do you like how they're using the sheets to climb down out? I think that's a good detail too. "We shall build an even stronger house," they said, because they were very determined. Remember in the three little pigs, they built three houses and the third one is the strongest. So I think maybe, if you think maybe this is the strongest, see if this is going to be the one that does it. Just then they saw a truck coming along the road carrying barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. "Please, will you give us some of your barbed wire, a few iron bars and armor plates, and some heavy metal padlocks?" they said to the rhinoceros who was driving the truck. "Sure," said the rhinoceros, and he gave them plenty of barbed wire, iron bars, armor plates, and heavy metal padlocks. He also gave them some plexiglass and some reinforced steel chains because he was a generous and kind-hearted rhinoceros. So the three little wolves built themselves an extremely strong house. It was the strongest, securest house one could possibly imagine. They felt absolutely safe. All right, are they going to be absolutely safe from this guy? I don't know. The next day, the big bad pig came prowling around the road as usual. The three little wolves were playing hopscotch in the garden. When they saw the big bad pig coming, they ran inside the house, bolted the door, and locked all 37 padlocks. The pig dialed the video entrance phone and said, "Little frightened pigs with the trembling shins, let me come in." Do you see where he is on the video phone there? "No, no, no," said the little wolves. "By the hair in our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapots." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but the house didn't fall down. But the pig wasn't called big and bad for nothing. He bought some dynamite and laid it against the house, lit the fuse, and the house blew up. Well, the three little wolves just managed to escape with their fluffy tails scorched. "Something must be wrong with our building materials," they said. "We will have to try something different." But what? At that moment, they saw a flamingo coming along, pushing a wheelbarrow full of flowers. "Please, will you give us some flowers?" asked the little wolves. "With pleasure," said the flamingo, and he gave them lots of flowers. So the three little wolves built themselves a house of flowers. One wall was of marigolds, one of daffodils, one of pink roses, and one of cherry blossoms. The ceiling was made of sunflowers, and the floor was a carpet of daisies. They had water lilies in the bathtub and buttercups in their refrigerator. It was a rather fragile house, and it swayed in the wind, but it was very beautiful. The next day, the big bad pig came prowling down the road and saw the house of flowers that the three little wolves had built. He rang the blue bell at the door and said, "Little frightened wolves with the trembling chins and the scorched tails, let me come in." "No, no, no," said the three little wolves. "By the hair on our chinny chin chins, we will not let you in. Not for all the tea leaves in our china teapot." "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," said the pig. But as he took a deep breath, ready to huff and puff, he smelled the soft scent of flowers. It was fantastic. And because the scent was so lovely, the pig took another breath, and then another. Instead of huffing and puffing, he began to sniff. He sniffed deeper and deeper until he was quite filled with the fragrant scent. His heart began to grow tender, and he realized how horrible he had been. Right then, he decided to become a good pig. He started to sing and dance the tarantella. At first, the three little wolves were a bit worried. It might be a trick. But soon they realized that the pig truly had changed, so they came running out of the house. They started to play games with him. First, they played pig pog, and then piggy in the middle, and when they were all tired, they invited him into the house. They offered him tea and strawberries and wolfberries, and asked him to stay with them as long as he liked. The pig accepted, and they all lived happily together ever after. I really like that story. I think it's a really silly, fun twist on the original. And I think it's a really good lesson on maybe sometimes strength isn't what you need. Sometimes, well, what do you think? What do you think the message of that story is? Talk it over with your parents and see what you think it is, because they made stronger and stronger houses each time. What was the successful one? What do you think? What's the message of this story? All right, until next time.